You're welcome back to another episode on the MLD page. In today's episode, we're going to be boldly predicting the NBA Finals after the Mavericks just took a 2-zip lead on the Timberwolves, and the Boston Celtics just took a 3-zip lead on the Pacers. This was the finals prediction I had going into the playoffs. So, it's also me just kind of believing in that at this point, especially both teams are up. I don't think Luca is going to lose 4 out of 3 home games. If they gotta lose at home. Yeah, this is the finals, in my opinion. And if it's not, hey, we get more content from me, and I was wrong. You're gonna have me do another finals prediction. So if y'all like this, hopefully you can see the Timberwolves on the right side of the screen instead. But think Jalen Brown's gonna win the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Gonna talk about the actual series because I haven't done content on it. Jalen Brown, Eastern Conference MVP. The Pacers really should be up right now, but we ain't even gonna talk about that. Jalen Brown balling. He had 40, that buzzer beater. Jason Tatum did ball out yesterday though in Game 3, so maybe he pushes back for it. But I'm gonna go with Jalen Brown. In the Western Conference, I got Luka Doncic winning the Western Conference Finals MVP. Yeah, Luka Don. In the Pacers series, to sum it up, I think the Pacers is gonna still fight. They showed fight, but they're down 3-0 and Hallie's hurt. Yeah, they're cooked. They need to upgrade their wings in the offseason though. TJ McConnell and Andrew Nemhard, they balled out. Them boys was balling. You got to question if you fire Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle was really bad for the majority of the season, to be honest, and he did a lot of things wrong in the playoffs. Just from a basic level of basketball principles, he was doing a lot of the basic stuff wrong, which is not a good look. They should be up 2-1 in the series right now, but Rick Carlisle did this in every single series. He on the last possession of the game, instead of fouling and playing the free throw game, he let the other team take a 3-pointer and they lost. They lost like that against the Bucks when Chris Middleton knocked down the three. In the second round, they lost like that to Dante DiVincenzo, I believe, or Jalen Brunson. Somebody knocked down the three, and then they just blew a lead against the Celtics because Jalen Brown did it in the corner like that. Rick Carlisle ain't learning from his mistakes within the same weeks, and you gotta at least question it. I know he's been a coach for a while in the NBA, but man, you doing basic stuff wrong. It took him how long to give TJ McConnell time? I understand you got Tyrese Halliburton, but Tyrese Halliburton could play alongside him. And then he just not. I don't know. Rick Carlisle, man. Obi Toppin should get a little more. Man, Rick Carlisle, man. I don't know what's going on with him. But they should blitz Paul George and OG on the Obi type of players in free agency. Get them a wing, small forward, shooting guard. Hopefully you can move Aaron Neesmith to the shooting guard position, so you'll have a lineup of like Tyrese, Neesmith, Paul George, Siakam, Turner, and then you have Andrew Nimhard and TJ McConnell come off the bench, and that man, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. But we'll see what the Patriots do. On the other end, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think Karl Anthony Towns played his last game as a Wolf in this series. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they are a second apron team, and they're going to. I'm gonna have to make an entirely separate video on the Timberwolves offseason this year. I'm already knowing because they're going to be a second apron team because Jaden McDaniels, Cat, Rudy Gobert, and Anthony Edwards are going to be all making maxes. And then they got Mike Conley on a big deal. 4 maxes and a big deal. The second apron. You're going to see a change in Minnesota, and they sold the team. Something's happening with the team, and someone said that whoever on the team right now said they're not going in the second apron. That's all I know. Something happening with the Minnesota Timberwolves ownership, and whoever's getting the team said that they ain't with it. They ain't paying all that money. And yeah, so big changes happening in the Minnesota Timberwolves team, and I think it's going to be Karl Anthony Towns. And now, before we dive in to my analysis and my thoughts about the series, let's take a little chat about what me and the boys at Up the Score Show thought on February 21st after the NBA trade deadline. We ended up with the Mavericks making the finals. So let's get this episode wrapped up with the NBA Finals. the Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks, and Kyrie, if he versus the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals, that's gonna be hilarious, dude. That's gonna be comedic, bro.
Kyrie has to win this series, bro. Jason Tatum needs to win this fucking series. That man needs a ring. Jesus.
Luke. Ooh, all right. So before we talk about this series, let's talk about some agendas. Like who do y'all want to see win a ring more? Jason Tatum or Luka Doncic?
Luka, obviously. What the fuck kind of question is that?
I want Luka to win.
Oh my god,
so
I just forgot
bad.
about that. Yo, if KP wins this, he gets his get back on Luka. Nah, I want KP to win this.
This is a great series.
This
I want
is
Luka to win, but I don't want Kyrie to win. Is there any way I can just take Kyrie off the team?
Babies will be fed.
I want KP. If KP wins this series, yo, the generations that will be fed with the narratives, bro.
The way that Grant Williams is on both of these teams and is no longer on either one for this finals matchup is so funny to me.
Oh man, that's hilarious for real. Holy,
this would be a great series.
This is an amazing series. These are two of the top 5 deepest teams in the NBA. They got the star powers. They got the fit. Oh man.
I think I would have.
And now we got the NBA Finals. Okay, we got a lot of storylines with this NBA Finals matchup because we got a new champion that will be crowned this year. We got Kyrie. He's coming back to Boston, and remember last time Kyrie went back to Boston against the Celtics when he was on the Brooklyn Nets, it didn't look that well because Kyrie was so bought into the crowd. He was flicking people off. Boston was getting to him. So hopefully in this series, Boston doesn't get the Kyrie the same way they did, but that's going to be a factor in this series, and that's fun. That's fun because the Dallas Mavericks have it on the other side too with Kristaps, so that's nice. That's nice. And Kristaps, his health is going to be a big thing in the series because we still have question marks on how healthy and how available he is, but him coming back to Dallas is going to be a fun matchup too. It's going to be a fun one. A new champion will be crowned in this series. You're either going to have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown getting their ring, or you're going to have Luka Doncic who gets a ring, and we're going to get crazy GOAT debates. If Luka wins a ring, whoever in the West, let's live in a world where somehow Anthony Edwards makes the finals. Whoever makes the Western Conference Finals, Luka or Anthony Edwards, is gonna start being in the GOAT conversation, and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it for them. But yeah, this is how it starts. This is the series where the GOAT topic starts, man. Tatum, he might even be in it. Tatum, it's going to be a lot of conversation about the Celtics no matter what, because either Tatum's going to be in the GOAT debate. I don't think he will be, but I think I'm a Heat fan, so maybe I'm not being objective, but Jordan won his first at 28, Tatum's 27. People, man, GOAT debate gonna start because especially how good the Celtics team is, he'll be back here. He could possibly be back here as long as the Heat stay healthy. The Boston Celtics, are they a super team? People are going to be questioning that a lot if Tatum doesn't somehow just isn't flat out the best player of the series. If Luka clearly outperforms, there's a lot of things. A lot of things with the Celtics. That's how it always is for y'all. But hey, that's how it be. Kyrie winning without LeBron, that's what he wanted to prove on Boston. But if he could go on Dallas and prove it, that would be cool, man. Hey, make sure make sure Boston doesn't win if you Kyrie. Show that, hey, y'all needed me. And he could go ahead and show he didn't need LeBron. That would be cool. That would be cool for Kyrie. Jalen Brunson, him being a departure for the Dallas Mavericks team and them still figuring it out, it makes it not that bad, because they got his replacement. So, because that Jalen Brunson situation could have been one of the worst situations, or it still could be one of the worst situations in history if Dallas doesn't win a ring. And if they win a ring, it's not the worst situation in history because Brunson be balling in. These are two big markets this is gonna be a highly viewed NBA Finals. I think you got Luka Doncic, who he's one of the funnest players to watch. Kyrie Irving is one of the funnest players to watch, and then you got this Boston Celtics team. I think this is going to be a finals where it's going to be highly viewed and it's going to be highly anticipated because it hasn't even been dropped yet. And I'm making a video on it because I'm that happy about this finals matchup. This is a great matchup. We got blessed this year. But now we are going to dive in to my analysis. The Boston Celtics are a team that's led by star players Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And what they have around those two players is two players in Derek White and Drew Holiday who are elite defenders at their position. Derek White and Drew Holiday are both all NBA defense this year. Yeah, they both made an all NBA defensive team this year. They are both shooting 30% from the 3-point line, and they are both point guards. So both of these guys are incredible lockdown defenders who could shoot from the three, and they're good playmakers. So they could initiate the offense and have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum used as off-ball scorers on the wing. Or what you could also do is have those guys space out the court for Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in their isolation moments. The Kristaps Porzingis post-ups whenever they have a smaller guard matched up is the best play in the NBA. The Boston Celtics might have the best play in the NBA if Kristaps is healthy, because if throughout the game, during a rebound or anything, if for some reason Kyrie Irving just ends up on Kristaps Porzingis, they just automatically throw it to Kristaps Porzingis, and it's like 70% chance it's a bucket, so like you just go to that. So teams are forced to have a big on Porzingis, and he stretches out the court, so that's a great way that the Celtics get to play 5 out a lot through this series while you're maintaining the personnel of a big defensive team. So that's very important for the Boston Celtics, especially in this matchup against the Dallas Mavericks. And another thing that's very important is health. Is Kristaps Porzingis healthy? He has the same injury that Giannis had, and he missed the whole Pacers series, but Giannis didn't come back this playoffs, but his team also got eliminated in the first round. So we don't know when he would have been able to come back. And Porzingis, he's even skinnier and taller. So, his body, those type of injuries, he got to be even more careful. So we going to see what happened with Porzingis. I hope he's back. Jaylen Brown, bro, he's been balling. Like you seen in this video, I gave him the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Like he's been balling, and he's been playing great defense, man. Jaylen Brown, he's like how Julius Randle is on offense, or how Julius Randle is year to year with the All NBAs, and next year he sucks. That's how Jaylen Brown is on defense, bro. Last year, I promise you, I'm watching Jaylen Brown, and he was not playing defense like this. Like holy, Jaylen Brown has been balling on defense this year. He's taking less of a scoring load, and I think it comes down to that as a big reason. Obviously, you put a less energy in the offense, you're gonna have more on defense. And Jaylen Brown's been playing great on defense. Jason Tatum, he's improved drastically as a defender, because that used to be his problem for me. It still is a problem with you on the left side, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown still turns the ball over more than assists, I believe. But it's cool. It's cool because that's not what he's asked to do. He's asked to score and play defense, and he's doing both of those at an amazing level, and he's shooting his threes. So Jaylen Brown is doing his thing. Jason Tatum is the one who's not knocking out his threes. You, sir, need to knock down some threes. He's playing amazing, though, and he's doing what I always thought Jason Tatum should do. He's going downhill, and he's trying to score at the rim. Because Jason Tatum, he's 6'8", 2 something, bro, 240. Like he's a LeBron. He's like LeBron archetype, and he sometimes he just keeps shooting like he Kobe. But when he's doing this, when he's attacking the rim, it forces the defense to guard him downhill, and then he just keeps kicking out to these shooters. Like we talking about Derek White and Drew Holiday as 3-point shooters. I think Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser are even better shooters than both of them. They have 3-point shooting like crazy. next to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Even a center can shoot. And the thing about Porzingis is he's not just a 3-point shooter. He's a lockdown defender. Or at the rim, he's a great rim protector. So next to all these defenders you got, there's also somebody man in the middle and protecting the paint. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But they also got Al Horford, because we can't just keep depending on Porzingis at this point on my end, especially because we already know he hurt. So Al Horford, man, he is the same archetype as Porzingis, and that's why he's so easy to plug and play, because him and Porzingis do the same thing. They man the middle, and they shoot threes. If anything, Al Horford, actually, now because Porzingis does provide them an unstoppable play, but Porzingis isn't the playmaker Al Horford is. Or Al Horford is pretty smart with the ball. You know, he's wise. You know, he got that old man knowledge, my boy Wise out there. But yeah, Luke Cornett minutes are good also because they have Brown and Tatum who could always move around on the wings, and then Sam Hauser. And they need another center because, you know, Porzingis don't be playing as much, and Al Horford is old. So they have another rim protector in Luke Cornett, hey, Luke Cornett, I know y'all be seeing what he be doing with the 3-point line too. Hey, Luke Cornett, man. But yeah, Boston Celtics, they got O'Shea Brissett and Xavier Tillman, who they could possibly play a little bit, you know, see what those guys could provide them. But Tillman, he could play, especially like matching up against PJ Washington type vibe, you know. But this series is going to be a lot of Derek White on the Mavericks point guard, Kyrie Irving, Drew Holiday on the Mavericks shooting guard, Luka Doncic, Jaylen Brown on the Mavericks small forward. You could put Jaylen Brown on. All right, Derek White, your matchup is Kyrie Irving, Drew Holiday, and Jaylen Brown. Your matchup is Luka Doncic, or even Tatum. You got bodies at Luka. You got multiple bodies for Luka. That's what the point is. So Derek White and Drew Holiday will guard Kyrie, and then Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum will guard Luka Doncic. Yes. And anytime where Peyton Pritchard is playing minutes, you can expect Luka Doncic to attack him. Every single minute that Peyton Pritchard is on this court, Luka Doncic will attack you. This is how it is. That's how it is. When you play against these play-initiating point forwards like Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, they force the matchup to be a Peyton Pritchard. Luka will attack Peyton Pritchard every chance he gets, because if they get Peyton Pritchard off the court, they have less spacing. I understand Drew Holiday and Derek White, it's just going to be what you sub in for Peyton Pritchard. So it's like it's a better player, but those players aren't as well rested. You bring down the rotation of the Boston Celtics, and it's by attacking Peyton Pritchard as much as you can. If you're Luka Doncic, you're Kyrie Irving, you just keep attacking him, force him to play defense. Sam Hauser, you do the same. He's an elite 3-point shooter. You force him to play defense. You keep switching onto him. You're going to switch Luka Doncic on Sam Hauser as much as you can every time. And you switch those boys as much as you can. And with Al Horford, you hope he doesn't knock down his threes. You know, if you can get both of their elite 3-point shooters, you know, to not be knocking down their threes, and you just hope Al Horford doesn't knock down his threes, and you rely everything into the starting lineup. You just force Peyton and force Sam to play defense. That's how you attack this team. But this Boston Celtics team, bro, this is the perfect fit team. You have your 2 defensive guards, your 2 defensive wings, your defensive center. You have 2 defensive centers and then 3-point shooters. You can't build a roster better than this. Like this is peak roster construction. If this is just, if they can't win, it's just the talent thing. You know, they have good coaching. Zo Mazzulla, I'm so happy I remembered about coaching. Zo Mazzulla, underrated, man. I'll give him that. Underrated. I like him with the sidelines out of bounds plays. Like I like when he makes one of those guys run into the backcourt and then they run with like a full steam of momentum, catch the ball, and they make the decision if they want to use their whole entire momentum to go at the rim or if they want to go and take a step back. Bro, Joe Mazzulla be cooking a little bit, bro. I like Joe. I like Joe. He a little cook artist. Joe Mazzulla, he's evolved this offense a little bit. He has evolved the offense. He simplified the defense, though. He has simplified the defense, but sometimes when you have players this good on that side of the ball, probably what you should do. You know, not even crazy, but on to the Dallas Mavericks, man. We got Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, Derrick Jones, PJ Washington, Derek Lively. We gonna see what they decide to roll out at center. I will go with Lively, but if they go, man, it's a good problem to have. You don't know which center you want to start, and the opposing team doesn't know the health on one of their centers, and the other one's an old man. You know, like that's a good start. That's a good start, but that old man be holding it down. That old man do be holding it down, but let's talk about Kyrie and Luka and how they gonna play off of each other and win the finals. Because I do have the Dallas Mavericks win this series. I do have the Dallas Mavericks winning, and I think it comes down to the fit of the star players. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, they play off of each other so well, and I'm so happy it's going to be shown in the finals because they are a guard forward duo. And the Celtics are a forward duo. You know, they don't complement each other as well. Luka Doncic, he doesn't play in the same areas as Kyrie Irving as much. Kyrie Irving is more perimeter orientated, and Luka Doncic, he's both. He does shoot a lot of threes. He's a great 3-point shooter, but he's more like in the mid post. You know, Luka Doncic be cooking. Luka Doncic everywhere for real. Luka Doncic the best player in the world. Like Luka Doncic everywhere. Luka Doncic everywhere. That's just what it is. But they do a lot of inverted screens with each other. You have Kyrie Irving setting screens for Luka Doncic, and then he fades. So Kyrie Irving sits on the top of the key while you have Derek Lively at the dunker spot. You have Derrick Jones in the corner. You have PJ Washington in the corner. It gives these guards ultimate space, and they could just run the same play over and over again, but with different variations. Because after they run a pick and fade with Kyrie and Luka Doncic being the picker and the roller, like Luka setting picks for Kyrie setting picks for Luka. After they don't have the two of them in the action, it's a center. And, you know, obviously you do screens with centers. So you have Derek Lively. Derek Lively sets a screen. And guess what? You have Luka Doncic and Kyrie who have access to almost every single pass in the league because they have shooters and they have lob threats. And them boys are great mid-range shooters. And guess what? Them boys can rely on each other. Kyrie can rely on Luka to reset the offense. Luka could rely on Kyrie to reset the offense if there was nothing in the first action and they need a cook in 7 seconds. These guys can get off any shot. I understand that they're going to be playing a great defense, but they can get off any shot anytime they want. It just matters if it falls down. It matters if it falls down. And these two guys, it been falling down. And Luka Doncic, crazy thing is, his threes ain't even been falling down. So if his threes get to falling down, is baby, that's a problem. Let's talk about Jay Kidd a little bit. Almost forgot about the Celtics head coach, so knock it off the way. Jay Kidd is just letting Luka cook. He's letting Luka and Kyrie cook, and he's a defensive coordinator. Jay Kidd, he just plays gap defense, and he stick to it, and he tells them boys, play hard. Play hard. That's the type coach he is. Just play hard, and he going to let his best player cook. He understands that the best player know what they doing. You know, he believes in his players, and Jay Kidd, he be cooking a little bit too with some plays. Like Kidd was one of the greatest point guards of all time. Now, don't forget about that. Kidd, he does help them with playmaking. Cause look, he's giving these players a way to always have access to pass the ball. Because, like I said, pick and roll is the easiest play to go to, and they have many variations on it. I wouldn't be shocked if that wasn't on accident. I wouldn't be shocked if this is how they wanted their offense to be, because next to Kyrie and Luka, who are your star guards, forwards, because Luka's a point forward. So next to your star playmakers, you have Derrick Jones Jr., who's a lob threat, and he can shoot threes. And while he does that, he plays defense on the point of attack. So Derrick Jones, he will be playing defense on the likes of, I would put him on like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum type, and he's gonna guard him downhill. And after that, you got PJ Washington, who he's been playing amazing defense against the Paul Georges, So you could put him on a wing. You could put him on a Jason Tatum. He ain't gonna stop him, but he gonna play some good defense. He gonna play his heart out. You got Derek Lively, you put him in the paint. Porzingis, if he's knocking down his shots, that is scary though. That is scary, because while Porzingis knocking down his shots, you're not gonna be able to have Lively be able to just guard the paint as much. But I don't know, but Porzingis' health is a big question. Big question, bro. And then off the bench, you got Dante Exum, who he's going to be another playmaker for them. He has to knock down his threes, though, because he ain't been doing that at all, and it's been hurting them. But on the point of attack, he's another good defender. And this is what the series comes down to, in my opinion, is Tim Hardaway and Josh Green. Can y'all knock down y'all threes? Because one thing I know about Boston's bench is Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard. They're going to knock down their threes. They think is, are they going to stay on the court? They're going to knock down their threes. Tim Hardaway and Josh Green, if they not on the court, it's because they not knocking down their shots. It's same difference for the Boston Celtics bench. If they not on the court, they not knocking down their shots. So Tim Hardaway and Josh Green, he been playing hard too, in my opinion. I've been watching this man hustle a lot, and I like that for Josh Green. But he got to knock down some shots. Him and Tim. Tim been on the cold streak. Come on, heat up in the finals, baby. Heat up in the finals, Tim. And Daniel Gafford, who could be their starting center, is him and Derek Lively. Literally, they are similar with where they are there to guard the paint, catch lobs, and be in the dunker spot. I love watching the Dallas Mavericks this season, man. And this team has been such a refreshing thing, because the NBA really is living off these duos. You got Luka, Kyrie, you got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, you got LeBron, AD, Paul George, Kawhi, Bam, Jimmy, Giannis, Dame, Jokic, Murray. These duos have been, this phase of the NBA has been one of the most even playing fields. I want to say that as a current consumer. So when we watch it back in the future and we see like who won the finals, this NBA has so much parity that in the beginning of straight after the trade deadline, we believed in a 7th seeded Dallas Mavericks team to make the finals, and it's happened. And now they became the 5th seed. I don't remember. Dallas Mavericks ended off as like 5th seed, I believe, and they're gonna, in my opinion, win the finals. This Western Conference this year was crazy. You had a Golden State Warriors team that didn't make the playoffs, finishing with more wins than some Eastern Conference teams in like the 5th seed. Like the Golden State Warriors, if they're in the Eastern Conference, they might be a 4th seed. And imagine what they could do, because look at what the Dallas Mavericks doing as a 5th seed. Like it's crazy. But this year was a real fun year. Hopefully, y'all can watch me for plenty more years. Dallas Mavericks winning the NBA Finals. Luka Doncic, he's going to be in the GOAT debate. We are watching the GOAT debate start with Luka. We're going to see Kyrie finally win one without Braun. And I love the fit, because Luka reminds me a lot of LeBron. Luka reminds me of LeBron, Magic, Harden, Westbrook. Luka is just so many in one. Luka's a one of one. This man's made 5 All NBA teams in 6 years of being an NBA player. He's a Hall of Famer already. He was a Hall of Famer when he walked into the NBA because he was the best European prospect ever, and that boy had a EuroLeague MVP already. Man, this man Luka Doncic is the greatest player of all time. Okay, that's why I have the Dallas Mavericks winning the finals. Because when you have parity in the league and the best player in the world has a good team, you win finals, baby. You win finals. The Dallas Mavericks, man, I'm gonna be so happy for them. Jaden Hardy and Maxi Kleber, bro. If you stayed 30 minutes to hear me talk about Maxi Kleber, bro, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. But Maxi Kleber, if he comes back, the series is over. Because now the Dallas Mavericks, they're going to be able to go to bigger lineups, and Maxi Kleber is going to be a less of a question mark. Because if they had Maxi Kleber instead of that Dante Exum minutes, I would trust this team way more because Kleber going to knock down his shots, and he going to play defense no matter what. So that gives them, no matter what, bare minimum, a 7-man rotation because they'll have the starting 5, Gafford or Lively off the bench, and Kleber. The thing is, though, without Kleber, they're going to ask a lot out of Tim or Josh Green. So, but Kleber coming back will be huge. He will be huge, bigger than y'all think. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This was a great season. And, yeah, have a nice day. God bless.